we have a screwed mindset of what making it is. I'm just saying people in general is, you people equate success with cars, houses, and money. And that's not the case, man. Success is doing what you love to do and trying to make a difference in someone's life. And to hear the comments that I get at the end of shows is amazing. And I always tell people, the greatest man who ever lived would not be considered great by today's standards. And I'm talking about Jesus. He didn't have a house, never got married, he didn't have a degree, he never went 200 miles from where he lived, but he was the greatest. He has impacted, no one has impacted human life more than that solitary soul of Jesus Christ. And he just went about serving and loving people and spreading love. So that's success. When you love what you do and you can cause a change in society and try to bring people together instead of separating them. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Doug Williams. Do you want the experience? Because Tallboy can provide it for you. You know, I just don't understand why he's not playing basketball. You know, with that type of height, you should be playing basketball, but he's using the camera. So however you can get it the best way you can, but get it with Tallboy and the experience.
And if you want the exclusive, you want the Tallboy, because he's going to bring you the exclusive.
From Montgomery, Alabama, born and raised, the cradle of the civil rights movement, and just watching preachers, man. I got into comedy because I would go to church every Sunday, and I was just mesmerized by the way the preachers would uplift people's spirits. You know, people come from all walks of life with all kinds of problems. They're, the bills, they can't pay their bills, or, somebody died, or somebody has cancer, somebody's sick. And the preachers had an uncanny ability to make people leave feeling good. And I was in awe of that. And I just thought, that's what I want to do in some form or fashion, is that I want to make people feel good, and got into comedy. Initially, I was rapping, but that didn't work out because I was rapping in the late 80s when it was a conscious social awareness. You had Run DMC, you had Public Enemy, and I was rapping about fat women in spandex. So I was pushed out of the rap group and convinced that I should do stand-up comedy. I did it, I liked it, and here we are doing this interview. Influences in comedy, like I said, preachers were my influences just to entertain. But in comedy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, I really like the comedians from the era of that came out of the 60s because of the trials and tribulations they had to go through, man. It's one thing to make people laugh, but to get up in front of people when there's racial discrimination and to be able to make all people laugh, because I think laughter is the best medicine. Laughter unites us. It brings us all together. When I do a show, you got black people, white people, Asian people, but we all laugh as one. So Richard Pryor, Red Fox, George Carlin, these were people that I have admired. My first show was in Huntsville, Alabama. I had just started college. I was going to a 7-day Adventist college by the name of Oakwood College. So I had just gotten there, and as I mentioned earlier, I had just been kicked out, a polite way of saying, encouraged to do stand-up comedy as opposed to rapping. And they were having a open mic competition, and the winner of the open mic competition was going to be the house MC. So I went in, did fairly well. The club owner liked me, and he gave me the job. And I'm really paraphrasing and speeding this up. Gave me the job as the house MC, and the first comic coming through was Steve Harvey. So, and I have a picture of that in my phone, as a matter of fact. Worked with Steve Harvey the first week, gave me a lot of information, set me off on the right foot, and I've been doing it ever since. And that was in January of 1990. Well, with Carnival, I was out doing my thing. I had a show on with Martin Lawrence called Martin Lawrence Presents First Amendment Stand-Up. and it made a pretty big splash. And I got contacted by an agent. They have agencies that book cruise ships. They wanted to represent me. I told them I'd never done the cruise ships before. They liked me, and they booked me with Carnival. And I've had so much fun with Carnival that I really haven't done any other cruise ships. This is a great company. They really allow you to be free. And this is a great cruise. This is actually my favorite cruise. This is the Victory out of Miami. I love it because the audiences are so diverse, so down to earth, and just good people. You know, I make fun of this cruise. I call it the Section 8 cruise because it's common people. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. It's hood. It's straight hood, but I'm from the hood, so I love it. And I have a blast on this particular ship out of Miami with my people. Not too long ago, actually on a Carnival ship, I had a guy in the audience, a white guy, who was dying of cancer. And at the end of the show, he came up to me and he just said, "Hey man, for the time that you were on stage, I actually forgot about the fact that I only have a certain amount of time to live." And moments like that are priceless to me because we really do this because we love it. You know, all the other things that come are extra, and people always say, "Well, when you gonna make it? When you gonna be on TV?" Let me tell you something. We have a screwed mindset of what making it is. I'm just saying, people in general is, people equate success with cars, houses, and money, and that's not the case, man. Success is doing what you love to do and trying to make a difference in someone's life. And to hear the comments that I get at the end of shows is amazing. And I always tell people, the greatest man who ever lived would not be considered great by today's standards. And I'm talking about Jesus. He didn't have a house, never got married, he didn't have a degree, he never went 200 miles from where he lived, but he was the greatest. He has impacted, no one has impacted human life more than that solitary soul of Jesus Christ. And he just went about serving and loving people and spreading love. So that's success. When you love what you do and you can cause a change in society and try to bring people together instead of separating them. No, I don't have a cause. I actually, I have a bunch of jokes about my son who's doing extremely well. God has blessed us, or what have you. He is growing by leaps and bounds, and he's just a joy. So, I don't champion the whole cause. I just champion my son. And the beautiful thing about it is with my son, with him, he's just a normal kid, and we love him and we give him love, and he's just doing great. So God bless him, and I'm out here for him, man. Everything I do is for my wife and kids, and if I can add to his life and give him a normal life and help him, then my living hasn't been in vain. I just want people to know that I love what I do, man. And there's a saying that goes, you find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. God has given me a gift, and I try to make people laugh. And in all my shows, I try to use laughter to slide the message of love in. Because Dr. King said, you can't combat hate with hate. Only love can conquer hate. So I just want people to laugh. Make sure they check out my social media, Doug Williams fan page on Instagram, Mr. Douglas Williams, and on Twitter, Mr. Doug Williams. And just look forward to making people laugh and making people happy, man. In my eyes, you can't get any more successful than that. Everything else is just an added cause. And keep God first, man. God has been a centerpiece in my life, and I can't thank him enough for giving me this talent and allowing me to use it to make people feel better about themselves and essentially try to heal the world. My goal is to be the best husband and best father that I can be to my kids, man, to lead by example, to put myself in a position where my wife and my kids can always look up to me, to be honorable, and to just try to be the best person that I can be, man. You know, Dr. King had a saying that I thought was profound that he ended one of his speeches with. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word of song, if I can show someone they're traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. That's it. You know, man, to be honest with you, I've really reached my career goal in the fact that I'm taking care of my family by doing something I love. Obviously, man, I want to probably do some more television, some more film. I want to get into those things, but you know, I can't express enough that those are added things. I'm living my dream. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, man. I grew up in a town where most of my friends are either dead, selling drugs, or working at some type of factory. So I've really accomplished the apex of my goal. Everything else is added, and if I can, you know, break into television and film, that's great, man. But you know, I'm living the dream now, man. I'm at peace with myself. You know, fun for me, man, is you know, it's really, man, because I'm really a simple thing, man. It's being able to just go on a date with my wife, having somebody to keep the kids, and just spending some time with my wife, man, because I'm on the road so much, I travel so much. So spending time with my wife is fun, and I really love being in the community where I'm in a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and hanging with my frat brothers, man. You see, I'm representing the guy on the purple, but yeah, that's fun for me, man. It's just either being out serving the community with my frat, or dating my wife, man, going out on a romantic evening, or taking her on one of these cruises, man. That's fun for me.
Did you like the video? That's right. Did you like it? Hit that like button.
Think
Subscribe,
big, think tall,
and share it.
think tall boy.
Yay!
Tallboy. The Tallboy Experience.